There was a time where doing content creation to make a living wasn't even a thing. Back then, your only option was the traditional route. Go to school, get a degree to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. But then everything changed when YouTube came around. At first, YouTube was just a place to upload random videos and anime episodes split into 10 different parts. And back then, people would just upload for the love of the game. In fact, the phrase content creation wasn't even as popularized as it is now. Not only that, but people would think you were weird if you told them you were making YouTube videos. Now ask any kid what they want to be when they grow up, and I guarantee most of them will say something like a YouTuber or a streamer or something related to that. And I don't blame them. The job market is so absolute garbage these days. Who wants to go hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for college with not even a guarantee for a job once you actually graduate? You'd be stressed out trying to get good grades and pass exams. Meanwhile, some regular Joe Schmo is making millions streaming themselves, reacting to YouTube videos. But thanks to this massive interest in the field, content creation has changed, and the culture is different.
The Yap Back, Season 1, Episode 3, What Happened to the Game I Loved?
Being a creator used to feel like something only a select few could do. You got to make stuff you love, grow an audience, and maybe even turn it into a career if you were lucky. But modern day content creation is not the same. It's like there's so many people faking everything and doing the most for any amount of attention. Everyone wants to be a content creator, but most of them don't want to put in any kind of effort. People would rather put all their hopes and dreams into trying to find an easy break instead of actually learning what makes a successful creator. The amount of people I saw applying for the streamer university thinking they actually stood a chance was insane. There were people legit crying that they didn't get in. And I don't know how true it is, but I heard someone actually quit their job after applying. When I saw this whole thing announced, I immediately knew the only ones getting in were going to be friends, family, or people with connections. Regular ass people were never going to get selected. This is the dark side of content creation culture. The constant pursuit of virality, the clout chasing, and the manufactured drama. Not to mention the mental health problems that come with always trying to live up to impossible standards set by creators with infinite money and resources. Nowadays, creators are forced to become marketers, movie tier editors, trend chasers, and businessmen and women. Because it's not just about being yourself anymore, it's about being what the internet wants to see. And that can be exhausting. What's even worse is how much of today's content is just recycled trends. People will see one TikTok blow up and immediately make 10 knockoff versions. It's no longer about originality, it's about speed. If you can capitalize on a trend fast enough, you might get lucky. But if you're late, even by a few days, it's irrelevant. It's an unfortunate system that doesn't care about creativity, effort, or even quality. All that matters is whether it gets views or not. And because of that, you've got plenty of people doing the dumbest things imaginable just for attention. Freaky TikTok challenges, faking pranks, exploiting their kids, staging fights, it's getting out of control. But can you really blame them? In a world where one viral video can change your life overnight, people are willing to risk just about anything. We've glamorized this lifestyle so much that it's easy to forget how rare success really is. For every Kai Cenat or XQC, there are millions of people grinding every day for scraps, streaming to Nightbot, posting daily with no engagement, burning out just to try and keep up. And for what? A few likes and maybe a sponsor deal that pays in free merch? The audience can also be brutal. You can spend weeks editing a thoughtful video only for it to flop. Meanwhile, someone else can upload a low-effort reaction or some clickbait garbage and it takes off. And by the way, that's not me trying to shit on reaction content. I've done reaction content and I think it's fine when it's done in a tasteful way. But a lot of people getting into content creation think that in order to be successful, all they need to do is turn on a webcam, watch a video, and not give any type of unique input. I understand sometimes you have to play the game if you want to grow. The problem is when those same people complain about being shadow banned or blame the YouTube algorithm as to why they aren't growing. Harassment is also at an all-time high. Doxing, death threats, stalking, these are all very real issues for creators today. It's not just about content anymore, it's about navigating a minefield of public opinion while trying your best not to piss off the wrong people or attract those basement-dwelling, power social types. You know the ones I'm talking about. Of course, not everything about content creation is terrible now. Content creation has also empowered a lot of people. It allowed marginalized voices to be heard, it's helped people find community, express themselves, and it's even given people a chance to make a living that maybe have had a difficult time doing so in a more traditional way. Whether that's due to physical limitations or something else. There are countless creators who use their platforms to educate, uplift, and inspire others. And there's niche communities where people feel safe and supported. Still, it's important to be realistic. Not everyone is built for this lifestyle. The pressure to constantly be entertaining, the lack of privacy, the unstable income, it's not the dream job people think it is. But try telling that to a teenager who sees their favorite creator living in a mansion, driving a supercar, and hanging out with celebrities. Nothing can prepare you for the downsides of doing content creation as a full-time job. How isolating it can be, how you'll start seeing people as numbers, or how the internet can turn on you in an instant. Then there's also burnout, the anxiety, or how easy it is to lose yourself while trying to keep up with trends. Everybody wants to go viral, but no one thinks about what happens after. Can you handle the pressure? Can you stay relevant? Can you deal with people picking you apart for everything that you do? Honestly, I think content creation culture is at a crossroads. On one hand, it's more accessible than ever. Anyone with a phone and internet connection can be a creator. But on the other hand, that accessibility has made the game way more competitive. Everybody's fighting for the same attention. And in trying to get those numbers as high as possible, creators often sacrifice the very thing that made them unique in the first place.
In conclusion,
Look, I'm not saying don't be a content creator. If it's your passion, go for it. Just know what you're getting into. Don't romanticize it, don't assume it's going to be easy, and most importantly, don't lose yourself in the process. Because seeing the numbers go up might feel good in the moment, but they don't mean anything if you're miserable once you turn off the camera. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.